Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Joe, back again on Joe Talks here. And as y'all can tell by the title, this is something that, and probably, well, especially if they're gonna fast track it now, this could be something normal by 2030. So in the next 5 years, and hey, 5 years might sound like a long time, but trust me, they come quick. But yeah, AI. So unfortunately, and this is the one thing I'm against, is the big push for AI, because AI takes obviously a lot of jobs, and it's cheaper to have a robot that you don't have to pay, that all you have to do is pay a mechanic or a trade guy to come out and fix it, and then he's gone. So that's a one-time payment or whatever, and then you continue using the robot, you know. And I don't know, it just sucks to me, because obviously I'm gonna have to get a little political, because I'm gonna say this: what the new administration is doing, bringing jobs back to the states. Like, I don't know how anyone can disagree with that. But the one negative thing about bringing jobs back to the states is, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I just feel this way or if anyone else does, but there's so many lazy people now. So many people that just don't want to work, that don't want to do nothing, that have a job but they call off every day, show up late, quit, like, I mean, there's a lot of lazy people. So, I mean, bringing all these jobs back to the States, yes, that's great for people like me. I love working, just as long as I'm getting a check, then I'm going to work. I'm going to bust my ass. I'm going to do OT, come in early, stay late, anything type. But, yeah, it's just unfortunate, because you already know that companies are thinking, well, we're gonna have to pay the American wage now. Even with these tax breaks, we're gonna have to pay the American wage, which is a big increase from other countries. Like say some jobs are coming from Mexico, they make like $5 an hour down there. Say jobs are coming from Europe, they make like maybe 10, 12. And China, I'm pretty sure is the same as like Mexico in that pay range, or they might be a little more. But no other country pays its workers as much as the States does. So like, you already know companies are thinking, what are ways that we can eliminate jobs but still move production here so we don't have to pay tariffs. Because at the end of the day, companies have to sell in the US. It's the biggest market. So either they pay tariffs, which means they're gonna have to raise their price, especially if there's a brand that's in the States with no tariff. Say you're the same brand or company or whatever selling with a tariff. Well, I'm obviously gonna buy the one that's made here, because it's gonna be cheaper and better quality, probably. Well, no, not probably, most likely. So, it's just crazy, because you already know that they're thinking, what are ways that we can minimize the workforce as much as possible? And then also, like I said, that's the one thing I'm not a fan of with this administration, is pushing AI. And then they're also looking at it like, and the administration that's in right now is really pushing this AI thing. Why not try to go fully automated? Because you see what's happening at UPS. Like, I mean, UPS, well, obviously the first one that I seen do it was Amazon. Look at Amazon. Most of their warehouses are fully robots now. It's crazy, like out of nowhere. Amazon's been the first that I've seen do it, like a full warehouse on robots. Like, yes, they might have a couple people still in there, but I've seen Amazon warehouses that are mainly automated now, and it's crazy to see that. And then UPS is going to follow that. That's why they're trying to offer buyouts. Because so there's a difference between a layoff and a buyout. A layoff is you're getting laid off and you have to collect government money until, you know, you get called back, or say it's like a week layoff, you'll get government money for that week and then you'll go back to work or whatever. A buyout is something that's optional. You don't have to take it, but it's for the worker to be like, hey, say I want to quit, they'll pay me, let's say, like 20, 30, 50K. I think UPS, but the thing with UPS is you had to be there for like 20 plus years to get like the max. I think the max was like 47,000 I seen. So like people that have been there less will get offered like maybe 10K or like 20K or something like that. It's optional. It's not something that you have to take. But what a lot of jobs do is they try to is that's mainly targeted for people that have been there for a while, for people that are on the verge of retiring. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get those people out, the people that are maxed out in hourly pay. They're trying to get them out, and they're trying to move the seniority up, and then they're trying to bring in more new drivers from the warehouses and pay them less, even though it's still good money, but compared to what the max driver makes and what a starting driver makes is a pretty big difference. So that's in my eyes what a lot of companies do when they offer buyouts, is they're trying to just pretty much, well, I don't know if you heard this saying, pretty much move cattle, you know, just keep it moving, you know, because there are different pay rates, obviously, depending on how long you've been there. I'm pretty sure UPS, if you're at max, you're making around 50, maybe even over $50 an hour. Pretty good job, you know. So yeah. So like what I had seen, what I also seen was why they're doing that is because they plan on turning a lot, if not most of their warehouses into automated warehouses, fully robot. And then if y'all don't know how UPS works, it's very rare. I'm not even sure it's possible to apply for a driver. I think the only time you could actually get in as a driver is say they're like desperate, which they're usually never not, because the pay is so good. And then so how UPS works is you start out in the warehouse. I'm not sure how it is around other people, but at least around me, the warehouses do 4-hour shifts. It's labeled part-time work. I'm not sure if it's still like this, but they used to get all the benefits and all that just as if they were full-time, but they were classified as part-time and only worked 4 hours. I think 5 days a week though, but it's 4 hours. And then what you do there is you'll slowly work your way up. So like say your hub that you're at needs drivers really bad, and say you've been there for like a year or 2 years or whatever, and they need drivers, and then say you're the person that's been in the warehouse the longest, and they need drivers, and you'll get called up to be a driver, and then you'll start then I think at that time you become full-time, and then you get into the driver pay, and then you start going up from there. I think, I'm not 100%, but I think that's how it works there. But yeah, so that's their plan, is to turn a lot of their warehouses into automated warehouses, like I said. So all them people that work in the warehouses, they plan on getting rid of. So that's why I say the reason that they're offering buyouts and not layoffs is because they're trying to get older people with seniority. Because like I said that's the only time really worth taking it if you plan on retiring. Say you don't plan on retiring, then obviously not take that, because the drivers are obviously going to be fine. Shipping is not going to slow down. It might have slowed down a little bit for now, but shipping, that industry is not going anywhere. So the drivers got nothing to worry about. But the people that are trying to work up to become a driver, that are in the warehouses, depending on where you're at, like at least in my area, there's none that plan on going fully automated, at least not yet. So I mean, it just kind of depends on the area. But for those people, say you're one of those, and say your area is like talking about it or whatever, then I would be a little bit worried about it. But yeah, like I said, AI is going to come and take a lot of jobs, Because like I said, unfortunately, I mean, it's not really unfortunate. Like it's the states that they have to pay us a lot more, and it's crazy that other countries' wages are so low to where before, when there was no like tariffs, I think the state's highest tariff for like every country was 2.5%. That's nothing. So to pretty much, like, as a company, be able to go to any other country and pay employees way less and then send it back in here for only a 2.5% tariff. Why wouldn't you want to do that? And now being forced to pay the tariff or come back. But like I said, the tax breaks and tax cuts that the businesses get, that's what offsets the paying the labor in other countries, is the tax breaks. And then yeah, obviously if it's made here, then no tariff. So like I said, and someone like me that likes to work, this sounds great for me, but it's just a matter of time before these companies look into AI, and you already know a lot of them already are looking into AI to take jobs. It's a shame, but it is what it is. But I will say this. Say you've been thinking about it, or you're in the process, or you don't really know what to do. Hey, get into the trade. Anything in the trade, because them are the only businesses you can't AI. You can't AI that. I mean, you can, but that won't be for years, like centuries, probably decades for sure. That won't be for years. So hey, say you're looking to get into a career and you don't really know for sure what to get into, definitely get into the trades. Electrician, because the electricians are going to be used to fix all the AI stuff and all the robot stuff. You obviously need plumbers. You obviously need construction workers. You obviously need, what's some other trade? Well, so welding. So that's one of the trades that's kind of getting overran by AI. But I know a lot of people that still weld and can still find jobs. Definitely that too, if that's something you'd want to do. But yeah, definitely look into the trade. Say you're not say you're just a normal blue collar worker. That's a good too, depending on your job. But that's just something I'd always have in the back of my head. Is this job could be AI'd one day. Because honestly, a lot of most warehouse jobs and stuff like that are pretty simple. It's just like the same thing over and over again. And most times it's something easy. It's nothing hard. So I mean, you could easily program a robot to pick up a box and take it over here and drop it off, and then just have it coded to keep doing that all day. So and not have to pay that robot at all, just all day. Instead of paying a worker, let's say 17, 18, 20 bucks an hour to do the same work. And then, a lot of people now, like I said, unfortunately, just how people are now, a lot of people would be, complaining, moving slow, taking long breaks, calling off. The robot, hey, you ain't got to pay the robot nothing. You can do a simple code, do the same thing. So it's just something that you got to think of. But like I said, if it's something that anyone is thinking of, definitely look into the trades. Honestly, I'm kind of looking into them, to be honest with you, because hey, say you're in a trade job, and this AI stuff takes off like they say it's going to. Oh man, you won't be able to have a day off. Say you're someone that likes to work, you won't be able to have a day off. And you'll be making crazy money. Facts. But this video getting kind of long. I didn't even want it to get this long, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But yeah, that's just a talk about AI and just the unfortunate push for it. Let me know in the comments if I'm the only one that feels this way. I can't, but I mean, but who knows? I might be. It's just something you got to look out for. But say you guys enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment, and do what y'all got to do. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.